Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone out there is doing fine, not fun, maybe having fun. Hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be covering the ideas and themes from both the 1982 Ridley Scott Blade Runner and the 1968 novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. Both the novel and the movie explore ideas of personhood, autonomy, agency, and all the different things that make us human in the world. So the Ridley Scott and the people making the movie, the writers and stuff, what their goal was that didn't sound right. Their goal was to make something that was commercially successful, that held the ideas and themes of the Philip K. Dick novel. It is my understanding from what I've read that Philip K. Dick got to see highlights and basically dailies of the movie, but unfortunately he died before the movie was released to theaters, and he never got to see the finished, completed vision. However, it wasn't until 1992 that Ridley Scott got to put his vision out. It'd be another 10 years. The studio, the people that run the studio and run the money, force things like the voiceover, which I'm kind of fond of because that's the version I grew up with, and the happy ending and stuff like that, and made several cuts to the movie that pretty much displeased Ridley Scott. I believe now there's 7 versions, something like that. You've got the final cut, director's cut, European theatrical, domestic theatrical, work print. I feel that there's one other version that I am missing. If you know what it is, or can think of it right offhand, put it in the comments below. And the final cut is supposed to be the definitive Ridley Scott thing. However, in 1992, when the director's cut was released, the third version of the movie, that was billed as the ultimate director's vision, what have you. So where we're at now, there's no telling. It may be just something that Ridley Scott just got tired of fooling with and moved on to Blade Runner 2049, which I may do a video about later, I'm not sure. But things that this movie touches on that are in the book. Replicants, though they're called Andes in the novel. Replicant, I can see Replicant being more catchy than Andy on the big screen, just simply because people that are bibliophilic can understand points of view of author stuff, whereas people that are bibliophobic, not so much. And let's face it, a large majority of America then and now are really bibliophobic. And they deal with what is human, what makes us human, who am I, why am I here, is this all that I am? The three universal questions of mankind. And it deals with prejudice. The replicants or Andes can be any marginalized group. They could be your LGBTQ plus. They could be women. They could be people of color. They could be, anybody. But it is framed in such a way that we, the general audience, see it as robots, or androids. And most of the people are, don't want to say dumb or stupid, because that is a gross generalization of people. I don't think they're consciously aware. They may be beaten, downtrodden, broken, but stupid, that might be pushing it a bridge too far. But it's because it's not overt. It synergizes, and I hate that word, it normalizes things, and it puts it out there. It puts it out there. The thinking person, the person that has that curiosity to answer those three questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Is this all that I am? The person going out and wanting to answer those questions is going to see the marginalized groups and the replicants. They're going to see the oppressive nature of what we consider to be law enforcement, judicial system, and everything. Like I said, the novel came out in the late 60s, and you had that whole thing going on with civil rights. You had Watts riots and stuff like that. You had the 1968 Chicago Democratic Convention, which that went to shit in a handbasket real quick. For more information on that, check out just about any Hunter S. Thompson novel covering the 1968 election, or any article he wrote for Rolling Stone at that time period. Yeah, it was a gruesome thing. So that's, with that context in the real world going on, the whole dystopian Los Angeles that Blade Runner, the movie set in, and I think the novel, it's been a while since I've read the novel. The novel is set in San Diego or Frisco, I think. But, and I believe Terrell Corporation is in Seattle, Washington. But I could be wrong. I will freely admit I could be wrong, so don't blow me up in the comments. If you've read, read it recently, or just know it's just one of those things that's stuck in your head. But feel free to remind me what it is in the comments below. Just don't blow it up. It's been a while. But these, you have the replicants, and they just want to be left alone. They just want to do their thing, and they don't want to be slaves. That word, I'm waiting for that word to be outlawed. Slave, yeah. But it is what it is. But no, you can see the parallels of how Hubert Humphrey basically screwed the Democratic Party in '68. Even reflecting recently how Hillary Rodham Clinton screwed the Democratic Party in 2016. Luckily, the Democratic Party was able to rebound and get their feet back on the ground by 2020, where it took them from 68 till 70 something, 77, 76. Yeah, Nixon and Ford did a job to the country. But yeah, it's, you see the parallel. You see the questioning of, in the novel and in the movie, it's the questioning is, am I one of these minorities? Am I really what I think I am? Am I and who I am? But you can take that out to a larger scope of, am I really right or am I wrong? Is what I believe correct simply because I believe it, my parents believed it, their parents believed it, and so on and so forth back? Have things changed to cause a shift? Where do I need to shift my views? This may be technically correct, but within the nuances, maybe it needs to be shifted. Maybe it needs to be softened in some places and reinforced in other places. And that's what this movie and this novel are about. They're about who I am, why am I here? Is this all that I am? Those three fundamental questions that have plagued us since day one of self-awareness. We can't divorce ourselves from these questions as much as we want to, and that's another thing these show our struggles, especially in the movie. The movie, they get more into the more longer lifespan, because the replicants have a 3-year lifespan. But let's look at it a different way. Let's look at this, instead of, we think of the physical lifespan, birth, death. What about knowledge? Is this all that I'm supposed to know? Like the Roy Batty in the movie is a combat model, a combat fighter, soldier type thing. Is that his life? Can he move beyond? Can he broaden or lengthen his knowledge? Ergo, metaphor, life. Pris, basically the pleasure robot. which I believe in the novel there's no such animal. Human beings have evidently at this point overcome their ability to create things that they want to have sex with, which is, we are far from that right now. Just that's Japanese about it. But yeah, we tend to look at things, or at least I do. I tend to look at things of, what is this an analogy for? And Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep covers a whole venue. I mean, just, you can go just philosophically, politically, you can go just about anywhere with it. Do you empathize with the Andes or the replicants? Do you empathize with Decker? Do you empathize with the establishment, the status quo? Is Deckard a replicant? Philip K. Dick in the novel and said in interviews afterward that he left it ambiguous for the reader to fill in the blanks. There's a lot of his books are that way. They're written for you, the reader, to fill in the blanks with your own experience, your own knowledge, your own belief system. And he also challenges it. This book, the Rachel character, who looks exactly like the Zora character in the movie, in Zora, yeah. And in the movie, they have Sean Young play Rachel, and Joanna Cassidy played Zora. In the novel, they're the exact same model. And Rachel knows she's a replicant. And she has decided she realizes that human beings have attachments to things they have sex with. So basically she subdues Deckard, then basically challenges him to kill her. You know, I mean, she, in one of the confrontations, it's basically, she's basically like, you should kill me. You just had sex with the toaster. And it gets into those moral plays, those ethical plays, and how we tend to deal with it. How we tend to cope with it. And I think Scott did a really good job in his 1982 treatment. The 2049, Blade Runner 2049, not so much, not near as good. Though Denis Villeneuve, who directed it under Scott's guidance, did a hell of a job visually. That is just beautiful movie. But we'll save that for a different video. And until next time, be a good human. Be good to other humans. Peace.